Hello and welcome to Tasty Classics, and next to me here is this wonderful piece of 50s American engineering. This is my 1952 Plymouth Cambridge, and in the last couple of videos on this car you saw me pull it out of a barn where it had sat for an astonishing 32 years, getting covered in a thick layer of dust, and I brought it back to life. We managed to get this thing going again, and in the last episode that you saw I managed to get it on the road for the first time, and the end of that video was when I dropped it off to have the exhaust done on this car, and I'll show you what that exhaust sounds like in a little while. But first I need to get this thing washed. I've got to get it clean because in only 4 days time I need to drive this amazing Plymouth from my friend's house all the way to a registry office in Chester with 5 of us in the car because he's getting married and he wants this as his wedding car. So I've got to pull my socks up and get to work. Well, as you can see, the paintwork is all sorts of dull and sad. You can see where it's still a bit wet there. That's how shiny it's supposed to be, and it just ain't. Can't take someone to their wedding with a car that's dull. The front brakes work incredibly well, but the back brakes don't, because if you remember in the last episode, we couldn't get the hubs off. We needed a special puller. I've now got the special puller, so we're going to do that. We're going to make sure all the brakes are perfect, because I don't want to kill anyone on their wedding day either, you know. And I'm doing everything in my power to get the bumper back. We sent the bumper off for sandblasting and painting and re-chrome sort of paint stuff on it. I just haven't had it back. The guy's super busy. I can't get hold of him. I rang him this morning. I've sent him a couple of messages just being like, I need it back. So fingers crossed, it's not the end of the world if it has to go like that, but I desperately would love to see this thing with a nice chrome bumper on it going down for the wedding. It'd finish it off nicely. I don't mind how it looks there. You know, we've got the plate on and stuff, so, you know, we still will make it to the ball, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? Inside the car, everything's good. We just need to give it another sort of wipe down and hoover out. There's nothing I really need to do. Electrics wise, we've got everything we need just to do the short trip. The roof desperately needs painting on this thing as well, but I haven't got time. And one of the things now, since I've done my nice new floor in here, even though it's covered in crap and leaves at the moment, but I can't really paint anything in there, especially white, because it'll cover the floor. And I don't think there's going to be anywhere local that's going to be able to paint this thing for me this week while I'm still doing work on it and stuff as well, which is a little bit annoying. Could potentially paint outside. I don't know. We've got stuff to do. While we're getting everything ready to start attacking some jobs on this car, making it that wedding car that it needs to be, let's have a look at this exhaust. When we picked it up from the Wirral, from Cybox Exhaust Places, who did an amazing job. The way this thing sounds, it's incredible. We need to make a start getting this thing buffed and polished up, because as you can see all over the car it is just dull. It's been sat for donkey's years with dust all over it, but underneath I'm pretty confident is shiny paint. But I've got so much on I could really do with an extra pair of hands, but thankfully I have one here. And Joe has very kindly offered, and he wants to get stuck in and learn how to use a machine polisher. And it would be a big asset to what we can do here if Joe can get stuck into machine polishing cars as well. So I'm going to show him the very, very basics of how to make this wing here super shiny again. I'm not exactly a trained car detailer or anything like that, but my first job in the motor trade was valeting cars, as is most people who start off life in the motor trade. You get stuck into some valeting before you do anything else, and part of that was being taught how to machine polish a car. And everybody's got varying opinions, and one thing that has happened massively since the 20 odd years ago where I started to do that was that it's got a little bit more developed and a little bit more involved, so you get different sort of, you know, weights of pads and stuff. But I've found for doing stuff like this and proper cutting that a good hard compound works well, and that's what we're going to use, this blue compound here on my machine polisher, which is this thing here, a dual action polisher. And the pad goes on there. And it's important to keep your pads clean. We washed these yesterday, so they should be all nice. And it's as easy or as hard as you make it, really. But what I like to do is to just get a bit of whoa, sorry about that, doesn't usually happen. Get a bit of compound, just take the lid off it, that'll be easier. Get a bit of compound, whoa, that's far too much. Sort of work it in a bit with your finger, you know, just sort of make it so it's not going to fly off everywhere as soon as you switch the machine on. And you don't need loads, but you've got to make sure that you're not clogging the pad up and you're keeping it good. We're using this Bodyline Ultimate Compound, which I've found to be super good, and it's like a Body Shop kind of thing. This has got speeds on it, so I'm going to start on maybe 2, and I'm going to pick a bit and I'm going to do that first. So probably this sort of little square here, and we're just going to see how it reacts to this polish with this pad, and then we'll go from there. I can already see it working. So I'm just working the polish into every bit of paint that I can see. And we've got to get right down here as well. And this car's got a lot of real estate. It's a big old bus. This is going to take some time. But then I increase the speed. And it's also worth mentioning, don't put it on the floor like that. Put it on the floor like that, because then all the stuff will fall on top of it and damage your paintwork. No, you just don't worry about it. It's okay. Just make sure there's no lumps of like rocks and stones in the pad when you put it on there, you know, because you don't want to scratch everything up. But I've just done a quick pass over that, and I'm now going to buff that off and put a bit of the Dodo Juice polish on it, and we'll see what it looks like. I mean, bloody hell. That has come up incredible already. I mean, let's get the polish, little blob of polish, and I'm just gonna work that in all the way around there. This car's gonna be so nice after this. Oh my gosh, I knew it would be shiny underneath all that. And you don't have to put loads of pressure on anything. As long as the product's getting in there, you're fine. And it's the same with the machine polisher. You don't want to put tons of pressure on. You don't want to push the machine into the paintwork so much. You want to just hold it just where it's sort of making contact, you know. One of the biggest problems with big machine polishers like that is burn through. So if you go onto a line or something sharp like that there, and you stay too much on that, it will burn through that, because that's where the paint's going to be very thin, and it's the pressure point from the pad is going to be so, well, it's going to be a lot just on the line, isn't it? Because it's not flat on a surface like that, and you'll burn through the paint very, very quickly. But now that's been applied, let's just buff it off. And I'm loving that. What a result. Oh my gosh. What do you think, Joe?
Looks amazing.
I mean, that is cool as. Look at the difference between that bit there and that bit there. And that was like a few minutes. It doesn't need loads of this. It was sat inside, so it's not faded. This is just more of a stuff that's fallen on it. But that is, I mean, this whole car is going to look the business when it's all shined up like that. Well pleased. Should we give Joe a go? Some of you have asked, like, who Joe is. Well, Joe's, how long have you been working here now?
Almost 6 months, 5, 6 months.
There you go, quite a while. And he was brought in initially, I just put an advert out on Indeed just to get someone to help me essentially with the merchandise, packaging orders and helping me clean cars and move stuff around and all that type of thing and do some editing. What was the video that you edited? Was it it was the golf?
It was the golf video, yeah.
The golf plastics. So I do all the editing for all of the videos, but the golf plastics one, when we did all the peanut butter and stuff, that was Joe's editing on that one, which was pretty cool. So he does take the pressure off me every now and then. And yeah, getting him, teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a day or something. I don't know the saying, but I think this is going to be quite beneficial.
It will be.
Go on then.
Okay.
Well, first thing I would do is just wipe that and pick your area. So what are you going to try and do?
This area?
Yep, so just where are you going to go up to?
We'll go from here to here.
Yeah, and are you just going to go sort of same as I did there?
Same as you did.
Okay, let's see you do that then.
That'll do?
Yeah, I think so, just for this bit. And then so just rub that in with your finger. And make sure you watch out for that. I'm going to screw that back in properly as well, that bit of trim that's come off. We'll do that shortly once this wing's done. Remember your speed. So you don't want to start on 5 because you just want to get the product on the area that you're doing. So go on, give it a go, give it a press. So slow your movements down. And just go like this.
Just back and forth.
Just cover the area that you want to cover, trying to keep the pad as flat to the paintwork as you can. Okay. Big sweeping actions, because all we're doing is putting all we're doing is putting the product on the area. You don't need to keep going backwards and forwards. Just follow your grid.
Follow the grid.
So imagine it's a big square and you're trying to cover all of the square. Try and keep the pad flat. When you're up here, keep the cut. You're a bit like that. Keep it like that. Right then, nice. So what you want to do now is increase your speed on that.
It's about 5?
Yeah, 5 would be fine.
Okay.
And your motion is, just hold the camera. I'm not going to do it, so you can do it.
Okay.
But the motion would be slow, like that, and steady. Don't let it move around.
Okay.
Just slow and steady. And you're making sure that you're following the contour of the bodywork, and you're getting the edge of the pad on this line here. And you're just slow and steady all the way around. And then you want to go in a little bit and in a little bit, just so you're covering the whole thing, and then you finish off going through the middle.
Okay, keep it flat.
Keep it flat. Get that trigger held in. Do you see this bit here?
Yeah.
That's all the contact you're making.
Okay.
So you've got to make sure you're getting every bit. So you can see like where you are there, you have done in the past, but you're not making it in that pass there.
Okay. So try and make it every pass.
Well, you've just got to try and make sure you're covering every bit of the bodywork, not missing any bits. That's it, you're making a nice big section there. Don't forget to see that little bit there. Pretty much all right there. What I would do now is pop that down and buff all that off with the cloth. How do you think he's doing, folks? Let us know in the comments. And next week as well, I'm going to teach him how to do bottom arms on Lotus Elites. Where are you from, Joe?
From Teesside, so
Flintshire. Nice. Yeah.
not too far away.
No. What do you drive?
Drive an MX-5.
Luckily it landed that side down, we're all right. Is that a little black MX-5 over there?
Yes.
Nice. Best cars in the world, aren't they?
Yeah. Which side?
So, not that side, other side, yep. Yeah, and what I would do as well is instead of the sort of little circular motions, when you get to sort of the end, I would just sort of, again, this is the, imagine that's the buffer as well. That's the sort of pattern you want to be doing, you know? You're just applying the product nicely. Okay, right, let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's pretty good. For a first go, it's not bad at all. I mean, it looks pretty much the same as mine. And I've done this loads. Like, you do the rest of the car? Yeah. Let's just see you do the rest of this wing, and including the top, and then we'll have a look at it all afterwards. Annoyingly, the police have just arrived.
You had me laughing in the background. You want that. You can edit that out, though, can't you?
No, I'm just going
You've got to edit it out.
No, I'm leaving it all in. My mum's come down. This is her Renault, which is still going well. What the hell happened here?
It just needs a clean look, though.
Oh my God. Right, let's inspect this car that was immaculate when I gave it to her about 6 months ago. Is that a... No, that's not a scratch. Okay.
It just needs a clean look.
What's happened here?
I don't know, it always just comes out for some reason.
Well, it's because you've hit it there. Don't worry, I'll just write these down in the accident book. Mum's just arrived just to give her car a bit of a clean up and stuff, so we're going to do that as well. Right, I think he's doing all right, you know. While Joe's doing all of this stuff, I'm just going to try my hand at making these silver bits as shiny as I possibly can. Make them look a bit nicer. I've got some anisole metal polish, and I'm just going to get stuck into these and see what they look like. Joe's moved on to that side, and I mean 10 minutes with an oily rag could be worse. I mean, I'm not going to win any awards, but they're very pitted. But yeah, a lot better than they did. And I'm going to do that to all of the rest of the bright work on the car. This wing though, I mean, dead happy with that. Looks the business. Really, really smart. Very, very shiny thing. I've just got to do round all there with the smaller one, with a little Milwaukee. Just following the contours of the body. And you can still see there's some bits there which do need to be taken out. So we might have another pass at this afterwards, at this particular panel. But for the moment, just get the product on there. Chuck it on 6, and instead of being as precise in areas like that, let's do some big sweeping motions all the way across every bit that you've done. Yeah. See how you're not hitting it? That's it. See this line here? Yeah. See that line there? You'll see some marks on the paint where something stained it in the past and some bits, and I'm pretty sure we could get those out. So let's have another go, another pass over that. But look where can you see that bit there, Joe? This is the sort of bits that you're concentrating on. So you just want to try and get these little imperfections out. And if you can you see that there where it's like a little bit shinier? Yeah. So that's still dull. There's shinier paint you could get from that. So let's go over the whole thing again with the 6 and just really, yeah, give it a bit more of a buff. Joe just said I'm going to have to start smoking cigars or something when this car's all done, which I'm into. But yeah, this wing's looking mega, really, really good. And a lot of that detritus has come out of the top there. It looks superb. And I've just been doing these bits looking all shiny there. I've just got to do these in between things, and down there, ready for the bumper. It's on its way, I've been told. Now, you see how this is a blue pad? Well, it's looking very green. We're taking a lot of the green off this car, and the pad is getting clogged up quite quickly. We're using the product quite sparingly, but can you see the sort of shininess there? That's product sort of getting bedded in. So what you need to do is a little bit of our friend Fairy Liquid. Get some bubbles in there and just give your pad a scrub. And you've got to do this, well, if you're doing an old car like this fairly often, because you're going to be pulling a lot of crap out of the paintwork, which you don't want. Just using an old nail brush just to really scrub it. And then can you see the blue coming back through there? That's what you want to be seeing. And what I do is I will squeeze, just do that a bit more in the middle. is I will squeeze the pad. See the colour of the water? Until it starts to look a lot clearer coming through. Give the pad a good squeeze. Returns to its original shape quite quickly. And then put the wet pad on the machine and get rid of all that water. And what that will do as well is it will keep the weight of the pad down, so it's a bit easier to sort of move around and stuff as well, but that's much better. So keep cracking on, mate, keep doing more. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday midday and we still haven't had the bumper back. But I'm told it's coming today. Oh, it's ready today and I'm going to go and get it. But I want to show you something. 2 days pretty much me and Joe have been on polishing this thing. Joe's done an incredible job with the machine polishing. I've just been around doing all the chrome work and all the little bits. And it's one of the coolest cars in the fleet now, I think. You ready? So this is what it looked like before, very dull and sad and all this type of stuff. And look at it now. I've had to do a bit of MOT in a can on the roof just to sort of take your eye off that for the time being, but I'm going to get this, when I've got time, I'm going to take it down somewhere and just get them to repaint it all. I could do it myself, but as I said, with the floor and stuff, you know, and the other cars around, it'd be easier to just take it down there and get someone else to do it. I don't want to ruin my workshop. Look at the quarters and stuff on this though. I mean, it's just a dream, isn't it? What a massive, gorgeous car. I just love it. I think it's so cool with the exhaust when the bumper gets on it, and you know, I can just use this thing. It's going to be awesome. You know, we've got to do these brakes now, and we need to test drive it because I've got to make sure it's reliable enough to do this wedding trip. But wow, I just love it. It is the coolest thing. Really smart. Paintwork is it's just gorgeous. Look at it. So nice. I mean, it's, you know, it's a bit of a couple of feeter because it's got lots of, like, I don't know if you can see, like the bubbles and stuff in the paint, and it's not the best paint job, and there's bits flaking off here and there, and, you know, this sort of stuff. I might get these bits sort of blown in if that's even possible, and that bit along there, get that taken care of. But and the bumper as well at the back, I've done everything I can to that, and that's as best as I'm going to get it. Yeah, but it's fine. It's a bit of patina. It looks great. Looks really good. I'm happy with that car. I will enjoy spinning around in this. You know, it'd be nice to just over time, as I own this thing, to just, door's locked, spend a bit of time putting some tunes in there, just, you know, making it a bit more sort of livable with. It's got the heater and stuff for the winter. What a nice car. Really, really nice car. Hey, let me show you this exhaust. It's super cool. I haven't seen it actually from underneath the car yet. It's awesome. Just bought myself a new torch as well, which is like super bright, as you can see. Lots better than what I was using before. Anyway, look at this. Look at all the welds. Stainless steel, beautiful thing. Goes all the way to the engine. And then goes up onto the manifold there. What a cool bit of kit, eh? Dead smart. Got a little bit of a weep of oil and stuff as well, but that's good because it'll stop the car rusting, which is what you want, isn't it? I can see it has got this big overdrive unit on the end, but it doesn't seem to work. When I pull the lever in the car, this thing here, it just doesn't do anything. But I don't really particularly need it anyway right now, not for this trip. It's just going to be a short trip into town, but it's something to think of in the future, maybe. But today's job right now is to do these wheel cylinders, which means taking these wheels off and then the hubs behind them. That's one of the wheel cylinders there, which we need to fit. And this is the very, very heavy duty puller that we need to do it. And we didn't have this in the last video. See how it's got these holes in? Normal things don't have that, and these go where your wheel bolts go, and then you can pull the wheel drum off. The wheel drum, the brake drum, I don't know. Anyway, let's give it a go and see if it works. Fingers crossed it does, and it's going to be dead easy. It's quite a large vehicle to have on the ramp. And that is worrying. It does worry me, but whatever. Okay, you can feel the whole building move when you do that. Right, tools. Remember as well, these wheel bolts go the wrong way, don't they? Like left-handed thread, so you've got to put this on tighten to loosen them. What a world. They're really light. On my back. Right, where's this machine? In some of the ones that I saw of these, you got a big sort of like hammer thing to hit them with. This one didn't come with any of that. Why not? Right, the aim of the game now is to get that off there by tightening this up. And I'm going to do it in a slow and controlled manner. But the whole thing was moving though. Okay, plan B. Hang on, do I have to take the hub bolt off? Do I have to take the nut off? Maybe I do. Oh, hang on. Okay, mate, you can return to your station. I didn't think you had to take this off because the drum is just there. Three, two, one. This is on there. Wowee. Doesn't look good, does it? It's going to bend. Oh, what was bending then? Hey! Oh, thank God for that. Oh. Bloody hell. That was the most pressure I've ever had to put on anything to get it out. That's crazy. Oh, right, let's wind that in a bit for it. Well, will it just pull off now? Yeah. Oh my God. That's been sealed away in there for 500 years. Oh. I was very nervous for a moment there. I thought it was going to end in tears, that. I've got a bit of old Panhard exhaust pipe and my sort of gearbox jack thing, which is now married to that crowbar. Oh my gosh. Right, okay. Let me clean everything up in here and get these swapped out. Possibly the easiest wheel cylinder in the world to change. That's done. I've just got to connect that brake pipe up there, and then we've got to bleed the whole system again. But I also want to do the other side, because I don't know how old that wheel cylinder is, and I've got another one, so we might as well do it and add to the longevity of this Plymouth that I'm going to be spinning around in, hopefully for years to come. Right, let me get this done and we'll see if it works. I want to take this thing out on the road. Total success, all bled up, all good as gold, and my back is now like a question mark, but everything here is done. All I need to do now is drive it and see if it's got some reliability to it. Just enough to do 10, 20 miles, something like that, maybe 100 miles, 500 miles south of France. Just one step at a time. Let's just get the groom to the wedding first on Saturday, but everything's dead nice under here, and that was it. Apart from getting those hubs off, everything else super straightforward. Right, I'm going home and we'll have a drive of this in the morning. It's the next day, car's outside. I've got to go to a post office. I've got to go to Tarvin Garage, which isn't far from here, just to pay a bill for the Yellow Lotus. And then I've got to go and see Win off Wheels and Wings podcast to try and start his Mercedes that's got a flat battery. So I've got all my gear. I'm in a very reliable American car. Why did I say that? Why did I say? Look, pray for me. Cross your fingers. We need this thing to be good. Oh. Forgot it was a manual. Okay, here we go. I'm in third gear. I'm motoring along. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, we've been on the road in this car before and it did work, but a lot's happened since then. I want this thing to be as reliable as the F250. Go anywhere in that car. Can you do the same with this? Come on. Oil pressure looks great. Amps, temperature. Bit of a miss then, bit of a hesitation. I don't know what's going on there. If I pull that overdrive handle out, nothing changes. So I'll push it back in. Come on, old girl. First stop Tarvin Garage. Well, maybe first stop petrol. She's a proper wallowy old girl, you know. Big old boat, this thing. Big old boat. gear change is lovely, isn't it? Smooth as silk. I don't know if it's a funny gearbox this as well. I don't know if you need the clutch when you're changing gear. It's like, I don't know, some mad American pre-automatic design thing, but I mean, we are driving, we're in Tarvin now. Come on, you old bus, you are a beautiful machine. Everybody's staring, everybody's like breaking their necks to look at this thing when I go past. I don't blame them, I would be as well. Right, we're just coming up to the petrol station. Got to relearn how to drive everything. We made it. Let's stick some good motion lotion in this. And this is a pre-unleaded car, so we need to put some of the, you know, leaded fuel additive in there as well, which I've got with me. Gosh, she's on the button. Took 35 quid to fill her up then. What's that do, I wonder? I'm going to try it. I do like American cars. I have a big soft spot for American cars, especially after my F250 has been the dream to own that it has. I'm hoping this one's going to be the same. They've got such a massive presence on the road. They're as wide as a bus, you know. Right then, going right here. There's the post office back there, but we're going to go here first. I'm flicking the indicator switch. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if it actually works, but I think it works intermittently. But the lights do work, the brake lights and the headlights and stuff, and I've got those on just in case people like can't see this massive thing. I don't know. This whale, she's as big as a whale, and we're about to set sail. She runs like a dream, considering I was hitting those valves with hammers when I first got it. She runs so well. Right, next stop is the post office. Let's get this letter posted for my girlfriend to send to her family. They're having a different wedding, and oh, weird gearbox. And it's on Saturday, it's now Thursday, and she hasn't sent the letter yet, so I've got to take it to the post office and get it sent special delivery. Oh, she sounds like a, just, I don't know what she sounds like a massive old American car with a cool side exit exhaust. One of the only downsides to big classic car ownership is, where the hell do you park it? Nope, not fitting in there. Nope, not fitting in there. We're going to fit in there? Maybe. Oh, let's go here. Beautiful, right. Let's go and post this. Sent that next day tracked, £7. I mean, it's not bad, is it? If you asked me to take something to Nottingham for £7 tomorrow, I wouldn't do it. So thanks to Royal Mail there. And I also got myself a gold bar, Billions wafer. There you go. So I imagine this is what life was like in the 1950s then, just driving around in your huge Plymouth. Going about your errands. I imagine they went to the post office and things back then as well, you know, just like I did. Goes all right, doesn't she? Makes a nice noise. Bloody hell, this is cool. Steering's all nice and straight and stuff, and the seats super comfy. Next stop, Chester City Centre. Let's see if we can get there. She made it through like midday traffic.
Look at it.
So this is Win off Wheels and Wings podcast.
Hi.
If you haven't watched that, it's a podcast that me and him do. Win is an ex-RAF pilot and search and rescue and all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. We sit in a pub and we talk about cars and planes.
Yeah.
If you want to watch that, there's a link in the description of the video. Go and have a look.
We're good at speaking about, well, it's drunken bollocks, isn't it?
Drunken bollocks.
It's good though.
It is, yeah. So on the Saturday with this wedding car, I'm driving it into Chester, but because I'm going to start boozing and doing all that sort of stuff, I can't just leave the car in Chester City Centre. So Win's coming down, he's going to drive the car away, and he's going to drive the car to the party later.
It's column change, is it?
Column change, and yeah, I mean, Win used to live in Texas for quite a while as well, so which is why he's the perfect candidate to drive this thing.
Good air conditioning.
Yeah, that's where the brake fluid goes in, and the disc like sticks down, and I've not stuck it down yet.
Brilliant.
I've just left it on the floor.
It's superb.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? And obviously, yeah, the overdrive doesn't work. I don't know why, and that's your handbrake.
Yeah, nice.
But she's running like a beauty, man. Honestly.
Just start her up.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. So I put your foot on the clutch.
You said that like you didn't want me to start.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, come on.
How good does that sound? Go on, give it a blip.
6 cylinders.
Yeah. Sounds mint, doesn't it? Go on, and again, one more. Proper. God, this thing's wicked. Yeah, considering I was playing whack-a-mole with those valves, incredible. And I used the old head gasket. It's just working fine.
you?
Yeah. It's got I took the head off. It's got the old copper head gasket on it. I just reused that.
Not broken.
It's not broken. Don't fix it.
It's like, I feel like you should go to like a high school reunion or something.
Right, so the actual reason I've turned up is because Win drives one of these very unreliable German cars which we know so much about.
Mate, I don't know what's going on with it.
This thing here. So is battery dead?
Yeah, well, I put a new battery. Look, there's the old one down there. About 6 months ago, I put a new battery on. I'll see, it'll probably start now.
Yeah, battery's definitely dead, isn't it? Do you want to pop the bonnet then? Thankfully, in all my tools and stuff, I've got the Start You German Bastard 9000. So we'll plug that in and we'll see if she fires up. you can connect that to that, and then this can live there. And if you go and try it again, sir, be surprised if it is an alternator on this. I think you've just left something on, you know.
How do
It's fine, 14.7, charging beautifully, charging really well. It is a bit weird, yeah. I think you've just left something on, honestly. That'll be all it will be. Interior light or something, I don't know.
Maybe.
Don't know. That worked out quite nicely, didn't it? So wind's all sort of taken care of there. And I mean, I couldn't be happier with how this Plymouth's running. Touch wood. No wood anywhere. It's all metal and Bakelite. But yeah, we are cooking. Back to the workshop now, and then off to get this bumper. That is the last piece of the puzzle. I'm not going to take this to get the bumper. I'll go in something else, something a bit quicker, and then yeah, we'll get back, get it fitted, and I'll show you properly what this thing looks like and what it looked like when we got it. See the transformation, you know. The actual finish of the job is superb. I mean, I don't know how well you can see that. We'll have a better look when it's on the car, but the finish is glorious compared to what it looked like. Do you remember what this bumper looked like when we first took it off the car? It was super rough, flaking paint, pitted, just rusty, just horrible. And he's managed to completely turn that around, which is awesome, and he's made the finish superb. But the reason it was taking so long is that he couldn't get the chrome powder coat that he wanted. And it was, I saw the card and stuff there. They were trying their best to get it and they just couldn't get it. It was very, very hard to find. So he's had to do it in the lightest sort of silver that he can. He's not charged me a penny for doing this. I tried my best to just put some money in his hand, but he just wouldn't take it. And what he wants to do is to take this bumper back, and he wants to do the proper chrome powder coating on it when it is available, when he's got it, when he can get it. And when he does that, I'm going to get him to paint the roof as well, and then hopefully we'll get some cash in his pocket, you know. But it looks a million times better than it did, and the thing is, it's going to look better than it does now without a bumper on it. So I need to bolt this thing back on, and then we'll have a proper look. While I'm getting this bumper back on this big old Plymouth, let's remind ourselves of the journey that I've been on with this car, which is arguably one of the coolest barn finds. Not only have I ever come across myself, but one of the coolest barn finds I've ever seen. It was like AI. It was just something out of the movies when I walked in there and saw how good this thing was. But it was a struggle and it was a lot of fun. And now, I mean, I'm in love with this car. Let me know in the comments, let me know what you think of it. How good do you think it is? What do you think? I mean, it's definitely silver and not chrome, isn't it? But I mean, it looks a million times better than it did. And the finish on it is immaculate. But what I need to do is either we're going to re-chrome it at Jace's with the powder coat, or I might do a tasty tea time video of, does chrome paint really exist? Because there's a lot of stuff out there you can get that is chrome rattle cans, and maybe we could split the bumper up, rub it down and use some rattle cans on it and see if we can make it any more different than it is. That could be a fun video. So that'll be coming up at some point, but for now, this thing needs to get to a wedding. It is looking, I mean, I couldn't be any happier with how this car's turned out. I'd like to show you it outside, but it keeps absolutely hammering it down. And I don't want to get this thing dirty because, you know, tomorrow's the big day. I've got one of those white, you know, like ribbon things to go on the front. Hopefully that's going to arrive in time and we'll get it all tied up. And then, yeah, we'll pick 6 of our mates up in this car and we're going to head down to the registry office. So I'll show you what this thing looks like with all those lads in and how well, potentially, I scrub up in a tuxedo. So for me, probably 24 hours, and for you, a couple of seconds. I'm not going to do much sort of to camera stuff. I'm going to record it all on my phone because this is my friend's special day. It's not about me videoing. So I'm just going to do a few clips on my phone. I'll put those next, and I'm probably not going to say anything. But what I want you to know is that I really appreciate you watching. Thanks very much for joining me on this brilliant Plymouth journey, and I'm hoping this now is going to be the perfect ending to this amazing car. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again next time, and here's me in a tuxedo.